Hey, what is going on? Welcome to the Impact Wrestling review from December 13, 2018. But before we start, I'm not 100% sure if the next two episodes of Impact Wrestling are gonna be reruns. However, I'm working to fill those voids. There's gonna be a top 10 best matches and also a top 10 best moments of Impact Wrestling in 2018. Those two videos are gonna be dropping within the next 2 weeks, obviously to fill the void of an Impact Wrestling episode. This show, Impact Wrestling from December 13, 2018, opened up with Rich Swann defeating Dave Crazed in an X Division qualifier match. He won with a schoolboy. Then after the match, OBE attacked Rich Swann until Willie Mack decided to do the save wearing some Jingo's, jeans. And obviously the segment ended up with OBE on one side and Rick Swann and with Mac on the other side. First thing first, the match was good. Rich Swann is a good performer and Dave Crist is also a good performer. The right man won in Rick Swann. However, I am more interested in seeing a 3 versus 3 feud, something with OBE working as a trio versus a trio of Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and someone else. However, that is the question. Who do you think should feel perfect filling the third row with Rick Swann and Willie Mack? Would you say Killshot? Let me know in the comment section below. Next, we got the face-off of Taya Valkyrie and Tessa Blanchard for their upcoming match at Homecoming. And the big announcement during the segment was that the first ever knockout champion, Gail, came and he's gonna be the special guest referee during this match. So good call on Impact Wrestling. Next, we got Trevor Lee versus Trey Miguel in a X Division qualifier match. Obviously, Trey Miguel won the match with a Frankensteiner driver, a Hurricanrana driver. Good move. And obviously, Trevor Lee taking the L. I don't see him lasting that long unless he's willing to do some type of gimmick change in the future. Next, we got the Lucha Brothers cutting a promo, obviously hyping the match with Fenix versus Santana, and also with them versus LAX at Homecoming. Next, we got an interesting video. We got Swann and Miss Ali, the Dark Ali, announcing that Ali, is gonna be facing Kiera Hogan. It wasn't clear if they're gonna be facing next week on Impact Wrestling or something like that, or they're gonna be facing at Homecoming. So that was a little bit confusing. However, this segment and the video was well shot and, very interesting. Next, we got LAX with Conan being fed up with their obsession with the Lucha Brothers and him leaving them alone. So they're gonna be all alone when they face the Lucha Brothers at Homecoming. And speaking about the Lucha Brothers, we got Fenix facing with Santana in a killer match. The best match, most likely, of the match if you are into flippy stuff. Mr. Fenix, Rey Fenix, won the bout with a muscle buster driver. Then after the match, the two teams ended up fist bumping. They're still obviously on good terms. Next, we got a backstage segment with Johnny Impact and Killer Kross. Obviously, Johnny Impact being fed up with Killer Kross and the doubts that he is sending through people's mind. So they're still putting a lot of spotlights in Killer Kross and Johnny Impact as a feud, not that much of, Brian Cage and Johnny Impact, who are gonna be the ones facing each other at the pay-per-view. Next, we got another interesting segment. We got Eli Drake and Raven facing each other at the Asylum, with Eli Drake telling Raven, "Hey Raven, you better tune in into Homecoming to see how I destroy hardcore wrestling, something that you help influence a lot in America. Good stuff, good stuff. Good seeing Eli Drake interacting with Raven. So let's see how things turn out to be in this feud. Next, we got the Impact Wrestling debut of Ruby Raze versus taking an L to Jordynne Grace. Obviously, the match was booked for the big spot. We saw Jordynne Grace doing a power bomb on Ruby Raze. Then after that, he did a muscle buster on Katarina and then a Vader bomb on both of them. First thing first, Ruby Raze seems like she's a little bit, green still in the ring. I don't know how long she had been wrestled, but she looked kind of nervous and her transitions need some work. However, the more I saw that segment, I think this feud, this introduction of Jordynne Grace to the Impact Wrestling world seems to be tailor-made for her to face up someone big. When I'm talking about someone big, I'm saying Awesome Kong. However, I don't think Awesome Kong is even wrestling anymore, and I don't think she's gonna, return to face Jordynne Grace. But only time will tell, and there's no such a thing as retirement in wrestling. Next, we got a segment in a hotel with the Desi Hit Squad, obviously talking with each other and blah, blah, blah. And Miss Scarlett Bordeaux showed up, and she convinced them to face KM and Falaba to win her admiration and fight for her. So let's see what they do with KM and Falaba. We haven't seen them in a while, and I think they are the underdog of the division. However, they can do a lot of good stuff, especially as a clean-cut babyface act, if you were to ask me. Main event time. We got Moose facing with Brian Cage, a big man main event at Impact Wrestling. Who would have thought of that? Holy cow. Obviously, the match was solid, but ended up in a no contest win. Eddie Edwards show up wearing the Insane Asylum, war robe and attacking Moose. Hell, he even attacked Moose with a candle, a stick, and he was the last man standing in the ring when the show went off the air. First thing first, kudos to Impact Wrestling for, paying attention to details and showing Eddie Edwards wearing the, hospital clothes. However, I wish the finish of this show would have been something with Cage and Johnny Impact, who are gonna be the ones facing each other at Homecoming. However, I'm not sure if this is the, pre-Homecoming show. I think there's gonna be at least one more show because this is not the best look to sell a pay-per-view with Eddie Edwards, someone obviously who's gonna be at the pay-per-view facing with Moose, but he is not in the main event of the evening. So those are my thoughts on this episode of Impact Wrestling. If you agree, let me know in the comment section below, and if you disagree, also let me know. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy this content and be on the lookout for the next videos who are gonna be uploaded on this channel. Thank you a lot for listening, and I will see you next time.